Alright guys, I'm going to be doing a quick video here. How to ignite matches with a ferro rod. I did this for my 5 man-made tinders for bush class. I really hadn't seen it done before, so I wasn't sure if it would work, and it turns out it works really, really well. So all I did was take a bunch of matches and I just trimmed off the heads. You just score them and then you can crack it off. That way you just wind up with the heads. Now if your matches are dry, you wind up, obviously the stick works as tinder. So don't get rid of the sticks. Keep them aside. I'm just going to go ahead and finish these up. Because if you push down too hard, you risk popping the head off and then you could lose it. Especially in an area where I am, where there's a big crevice for it to fall down into. Just a little score, and they separate really easy. Then I lost that one. But a little score, and they separate real easily. Just pop right apart. So get your matches, put them on your brace that you're going to be using. I'm obviously using a tin lid, and then just stick your ferro rod next to it. Give it a quick strike. And they go. So once they start going, obviously put your tinder in to try to catch it. It's got to be dry. But once it's caught, go ahead and just keep adding your fuel to it. Now I buy my matches as Strike Anywheres from Wegmans. 3-pack of 300 count boxes for, I don't know, I think it's like $3 or $6. It makes it either $1 or $2 a box. You can't beat the price. They're really good matches for what they are. And I really like them because I can strike them off of my grill, off of the chimney I use for the grill. Let that burn out. Or just blow it out. Now, the whole purpose of this video was to find out if I could get these to light wet. Say you have them in your kit, somehow they get wet. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same setup. Take a bunch of them, score them. I'm going to leave a little bit more on this time of the wood to try to act as a tinder, to see if I can get these heads to ignite it. Again, keep the sticks separate so you can use them as tinder if you can get your fire going to dry it out. And I'm only going a partial of the way through. I'm not really sure if you can see that or not, but once you get it partially through, they just crack right off. I'm going to do quite a few because they are wet, or going to be wet, and hopefully I can get them to ignite. So get your water. I mean, you can test this at home for yourself to see if you can get it done. I'm just going to roll them in the water here, get them nice and saturated. Let them sit for a bit, because if you let them sit for too long, obviously the heads will start to disintegrate but I'm just saying if they get moist, they won't strike anywhere. They won't strike off of the paper, nothing. So now I'm going to transfer them onto or into my tin. Now I'm going to soak these as well, just to show the entire thing got wet in the pack. So we'll see if we can get these to light up as well. I'll let these actually sit in the water for a minute, let them soak up. Get them really nice and saturated. Then move them over to a dry spot. Now let's see if we can get these match heads to light. See, they're just skating across the top of them. That one started to go, didn't really take. So the key is just to be patient. You're not going to get this first try. I'm not even sure if you'll be able to get this. This is just a test. Alright, they just started. Nope, they went out. There's another one. And it's out. Nope. Alright, there's one. Nope. Alright, moral of the story, don't get your matches wet. It doesn't matter if there's strike anywhere or not. Obviously the only matches that'll do this are going to be stormproofs. So, keep your matches dry, guys. Alright, I just went through and tried to show that using strike anywhere matches with a ferro rod will work. It will work if they're dry. I decided to see if I can get them to work wet, and they didn't. I got them to strike before I made the video, but I could not get them to work this time. So I'm not going to go out there and say, yes, it'll work every time. You'll be able to get them to strike, or at least ignite, using your ferro rod when they're wet. The truth of the matter is it won't. It'll work on occasion. They can't be too wet to work, but it just shows that not every theory works in the end. I just did this to show, or to try and see if I could, and I did, but I couldn't repeat it. So this won't work all the time, but just keep your matches dry. Keep them in a good container with a good gasket, and just have fun out there in the bush. Try to experiment with different things. Try to do something new every time you go out, and try to better your skills. It's really all this is about. and trying to make sure that we can go out there and smooth the wilderness. Not overcome it, but smooth it. Live with it. Have a good one out there, guys.